What up, y'all? So it's been a couple of days, and like I said, I haven't really been filming. It's just been me just sanding a lot. I got most of the body work, or I got all of the body work done. So now I'm finally ready to spray primer on the in this entire side, minus the fender. I'm still looking for a door. It hasn't really been a priority. I know I keep saying I'm gonna make it a priority, but it hasn't been a priority to me. But I've got all this sanded down, this area here, all the way down to here. Got this messed off. I didn't want to sand into the fenders. They are fiberglass, but I'm gonna primer from here all the way up to here, down to here. Got the tail lights out, removed the rear bumper, got all this sanded down all the way to down here. So gonna do the wax and grease remover, you know, before you lay any primer or whatever, and then I'm gonna start spraying some primer. So hopefully that's the next clip, and this side will be done with the primer. So the driver's side has been primered. Just gonna let it dry. It's kind of windy outside, kind of sucks, but whatever. It's just a primer. Still gonna have to get sanded down before it gets painted, and then probably primered one more time. But I don't really care about the glass. This is getting replaced. This is getting replaced along with the whole door. But yeah, so body work looks like it came out pretty good. So hopefully it'll turn out good when I'm ready for paint. So just gotta let this dry overnight, and then I'll start on the other side, and then hopefully I can have the entire passenger side primered minus the front end. I still need to pull the front end off and sand those fenders down. I'm gonna be sanding down the fenders by hand because they are fiberglass, and I don't want to risk removing material with the DA, so I'd rather just do it by hand, play it safe. It's gonna suck, but whatever. But yeah, so driver's side is primered. Cool. Yo, so I'm headed down to Monrovia. It's about an hour away from me. There is a CX EG hatch that has the door that I need. My friend Jesse told me about it, but I really didn't want to go make the drive. But I woke up today after primering the car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get that freaking door. It's just my friend Raul was telling me I should go get it, but I just didn't want to make the drive. But after primering the car, you know, I realized how kind of close I am to finishing the car, because once the car is primered, you know, I just gotta sand it down with like a 800 grit or so, and then lay paint. So this is the last thing that I need to really complete the car, so I'm just gonna make the drive. So it's the next day. The primer has dried, and it looks like everything came out just the way I needed it to. So like I mentioned earlier, I found a door at the junkyard, and I ended up going to pick it up. It was an hour drive, but I ended up taking my truck, and then me and my dad went, and I found the door, and it is super duper clean. It's a CX model door, no moldings, and it's original paint, so it's white. The inside is white. It has everything. I just need to swap over my door panel, and that's it. And I picked it up for like 50 bucks, so that's fucking awesome. So now that the driver's side quarter panel and the top of the roof line is basically primered, now I'm gonna start to focus on the passenger side. The passenger side, the bodywork is done. I just need to lay the primer, so I'm just gonna sand it down, lay the primer. I need to pull off the side skirts too, but I'm gonna sand it down, lay the primer. I need to mask off the fenders, and then mask off this door, because I am going to be using this door, so I do care if the glass gets primer on it and stuff, and all this molding. I need to make sure it's all nice and taped up. But this passenger side doesn't really need much work. And then once I primer this side, which hopefully I can get done today, I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna happen or not, but once this side is done, then I'm gonna work on getting the fenders off, getting the front bumper off. I have a carbon fiber hood, so I'm not worried about the hood. I think this will just be here. This will probably just stay so overspray doesn't get into the engine bay. But then I need to take out the front fenders, the bumper. I need to work the lip, and then I just need to sand down the rear bumper, primer everything, and then the car should be ready for paint. Hopefully I can get it done by like first couple weeks of August. But yeah, for now I'm gonna work on the passenger side. Got the passenger side sanded down pretty good. I don't think I'm going to be able to primer it because of this bush here. If it gets windy, it's going to get all the leaves and stuff, so I'm going to take some time and I'm going to cut some of this out. Didn't really think this through, but anyway, this is really the area that I work, where I work on my car, so I don't really have a choice. But I can cut some of this bush down, so at least it gives me a little bit more space, and I could probably cut some of this palm tree down here. But for now, I'm basically done. Since I really didn't have to spray the door on the other side, I didn't have to mask off the fender or anything. But I think I'm just gonna remove the fenders now, stick them in the car until I'm ready to work on the fenders and stuff. So I'm just gonna pull them off now. By the way, one of my favorite investments ever is this Milwaukee electric ratchet. Speed fenders from Japan. So I cut down a good amount of that bush right there, so it does give me some good space to primer the car. I cut down some of the palm tree as well, just because I needed some room towards the back. But the bush is what I was more concerned about. It's kind of windy right now, so I'm not gonna primer the car. I'm just gonna do it a different day, but it's ready for primer. Shout out to my dad. He saw that I was doing it, so he started to he actually did a lot of it while I was at work. So shout out to my dad for helping me out. Anyways, let's get started on this. All right, so here's a replacement door that I got from the junkyard. Super duper clean. Right now I have my boy Hoser over here. He's taking out the rear windows for me like I said he would. So hopefully you guys could see how it all goes down. You gotta lubricate it, I guess, to get that blade through. That's a cool little tool right there. That blade is like super duper sharp. Cuts through the seal so freaking easy. Well, not the seal, through the glue that's on the windows. So we took out the passenger side already, and then I forgot to record the other side, but I got this side. Alright, and the window is out.
Yeah.
Too bad it's hella dark, you can't even see you.
Cause I'm dark as shit.
But yeah, cool, windows out. Yo, what up guys? So it's the following day after Hoser knocked out the rear windows. Super hot outside. I think it's close to triple digits. But anyways, thankfully I got this canopy set up, but it's all masked off. I just needed to do one more pass with sandpaper, and then I'm gonna lay some primer, and I don't have to worry about the molding because it's removed. And now I can get full coverage in here and see how this looks like that. You know, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm just gonna sand these edges, sand all these edges so I can get full coverage. And then once this is done with primer, once this side is done with primer, I'm gonna work on the fenders, the front lip, and the bumpers. And then for the trunk, I don't think I'm gonna do any body work to it, because I think I decided I'm just gonna go with the carbon fiber trunk so it can match my carbon fiber hood, and I think it'll look good. That being said, let's get to work. I think before I primer the side, I should probably primer the roof as well. I don't know why it went over my head. But I'm gonna sand down the roof, and then I can get into this panel, and that way I can just prime basically the entire car. I don't know why it slipped my mind not to work on the roof, but anyways, yeah. that's what I'm gonna be doing now. This side is all sanded down. I just need to hit it with the wax and grease remover before I lay primer. But I need to sand down the roof first, which shouldn't be that long. Whatever. I'm gonna work on the roof now. I forgot to record. I was kind of just in the groove working on the car and stuff, but I removed the driver door. I'm waiting for one of my friends to come by so he can help me put this one on, but right now I'm just sanding this down. I'm getting it ready, you know, just so when it goes on, I'm gonna lay primer on the door, the roof, and then the passenger side, so we can finally be done. My buddy Andres came by, gave me a hand putting on the door. I didn't film it. It's super hot outside. I didn't want him sticking around too long. He literally just drove like 20 minutes down to my house just to help me put the door on. So big thank you to you, Andres. But the new door's on. I did notice that there is a small ding right there. So before I start primering, I need to fill that in, you know, body filler and stuff like that, because that is going to irritate the fuck out of me if I primer this and then if I end up painting it. But yeah, door's on. It closes. Perfect. Everything lines up the way it should. I'm so excited. Alright, laid primer. Gotta let it dry now. Do the roof. Oh man. Passenger side all done up. Roof is all done. So now we let it dry. So now that this is done, I get to work on the front end and the bumpers, primer those, and then the car will be ready for paint.